10th anniversary is a really big deal for Call The Midwife.
It's extraordinary to realise that one is now in the 10th year of doing this.
Not many shows get to run for 10 seasons, so I feel really honoured to be a part of that.
The fact that, you know, it's still there after 10 years on primetime TV and watched around the world by so many people and by so many different age groups, it means a lot. I'm pretty honoured.
A decade is an unusual thing in this industry, and that's pretty cool to be part of that.
This is something that seems to go from strength to strength.
Probably the best show on telly.
The scripts are still amazing, and you know, you're going forward each year. There's always new things to tackle, new issues to discuss.
It's groundbreaking in the fact that it tackles such seemingly uncomfortable issues.
What if it's thalidomide again?
It doesn't step back from the issues, and it doesn't resolve them necessarily, but it shows people working together to try to understand them.
Your husband isn't aware you'll be using contraception.
Is it like opening a bank account? Do I need his permission?
You don't even need his knowledge, Mrs. Goddens.
When I was growing up, we weren't necessarily comfortable with talking about periods and, you know, births and pregnancies and birth control and all of those things. So it's definitely allowed women and girls to find their own voice with difficult, seemingly awkward issues.
I think you're feeling the urge to push, but you must try not to until we're sure you're fully dilated.
I can't help it.
Yes, you can, Nadine. Blow. Lots of short blows like this.
My favourite births are the ones when we're in very unusual places. So there was one in a telephone box, there was one in a taxi, there was one in a fisherman's hut, there was one on a fisherman's boat even.
The best birth was possibly the biggest one of all, and that was with the brilliant and much garlanded Monica Dolan, who played twins. One of the sisters is giving birth to a baby, the other one is beside her. So we had to do this birth and lock the camera off and do the whole action again with Monica playing the other character.
Maeve needs you now, Meg, more than she ever has.
I'm here now. I'm here.
My favourite birth in the whole show has to be baby Teddy.
She wasn't going to be able to have a baby. One had seen her through that, all those difficult times, and then suddenly she's pregnant and seeing her through that and then being asked to be there. It was beautiful. It was lovely to do.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
My favourite moment, I think, has to be my entrance, coming in the big freeze, trudging through the fake snow, meeting Val and the rest of the cast. That's probably my favourite moment.
I'm Nurse Anderson. Lucille Anderson. Oh, of course you are.
It was a bunch of women who get on with each other, who are supportive, and people took to it.
There would have been a time when kind of the gatekeepers might be sceptical about whether a show like that would be successful. And then successful for 10 seasons, especially, is kind of insane, I think. And we've kind of proved that people want to see women on screen.
I think one of the really fun things, the things I've really enjoyed about being part of this show, is really joining a family, in a sense, because that's what it is. You know, so many of the crew have been here for such a very long time, and the cast, and everyone's incredibly friendly, and we're massively supported by production, and there's just a really lovely bunch of people.
What's interesting is how it seems like no time at all since we began. And we should actually count up how many babies have been born just on the crew. No, never mind about the hundreds in the show. So life has made its changes over a decade, and that's what one marks.
I do find it's lovely to be in something that develops over time and it becomes part of people's way of life.
It feels like yesterday when we just started this show.
That 10 years has flown by, but, you know, a hell of a roller coaster.
It's pretty massive what it's given me. I am going to get emotional, but I really feel like I set out to do what I wanted to do, and that's, you know, to be an actress, and had 10 years getting to do that on this show. So thank you, Call The Midwife.